Welcome back to the Friday Matinee here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I am T. George is just in the other room doing some technical things as we talk with our guest today, John K. Now, we've talked a lot about your history and how your entire family, you've come from this wonderful lineage of music, but I love that your father sort of did take you aside and say, you know, you need to be doing something else. And so you got into land sales when you were just a teenager. Well, some kids are, once upon a time, mowing lawns, or like myself, I became a hostess in a restaurant. A lot of kids today aren't doing that. How was this experience for you to literally hit the ground running, doing land sales? Did you have someone helping you in that process? Did you walk into a realtor office and say, I want a job? How did that come about?
Well, it was miserable for one thing, because it was doing something I didn't want to do. My father actually owned a company, part of the company that did the land sales. These are land closers, are kind of like now you have these vacation rooms where they offer you a clock or they offer you tickets.
That's exactly what I got, by the way, when I bought my land out in California
City. Did you have fun?
I got a clock. Did I have fun? I did. And the whole...
Did you have a good time?
Did you have a good time? It was probably the strangest thing I'd ever done, because I sort of felt trapped like a rat. And no, you're going to stay, you're going to listen to this pitch. And it was and it was at the time very exciting, because there was supposed to be an airport coming into Lancaster. The Air Force Base was nearby. It was an exciting thing. But were you one of the pitch guys that did something like that?
Yeah. That's what we did. Yeah, and they had a guy called a TO, which is a transaction officer, that would come behind you after the program has been done. You sit there through the movies with the people, and
right.
Yeah, and the thing was that if they wouldn't fold and feel intimidated and get confused like you did.
At 19, I bought my land.
Yeah, well, they would send an older guy in, because
so this is like buying a car when they say, "Oh, let me talk to my manager," and then the manager comes in and does the great shuffle.
I'll tell you what, the people whoever did that when they were young, they made out like bandits. I mean, there was no way. We sold Bloomington for $4,200 a quarter acre. That property goes for somewhere around $500,000 an acre now. And sold Ocala National Forest, Ruidoso Downs. I mean, we sold property in a Las Vegas boiler room that was, miles away. And the thing was that it was one of these jobs, I absolutely hated it. It's just having people buy something they weren't expecting.
But you had to be entertaining. You had to be sort of, a bit of that smiling face and entertaining your audience. So tell me, do you feel that experience, as miserable as it was, helped you as an entertainer?
Oh yeah, it was a whole bag of chips there, It's one of those things that, no, it has nothing to do with entertaining. It didn't feel very entertaining, but I did develop a personality that was a little bit not shy.
People skills.
Yeah, people skills, I guess, more than anything.
So then you're doing that, and then when you're not doing that, you're making music and you're writing. But a lot of songwriters, a lot of musicians, they will tell you about the soul-crushing job that they had to do to pay the rent or keep top ramen in the cabinet. Did you find that this period of your life affected? Did you come at music with a bigger roar, or were you just kind of trying to keep your balance?
It's separate. You got a job, and then you got your passion, and that's the difference there. The deciding factor is the passion. You're going to do that regardless, money, no money, good, bad, or indifferent. But the job, if it really sucks, then you're going to walk away from it and do whatever else. But the thing is that what my father instilled in me was that you got bills to pay. You got to do it that way, and at least you'll have money to do what you want when it comes time to the music.
Right.
And paying for the music is it's expensive to sit and do these recordings, and people think, oh, there's nothing to it. Let's steal it. Let's share it, and people just throw it away. It's a very disposable industry, as you all know, and it's unfortunate because when people don't pay for this, we can't afford to continue to do it, especially those guys who don't have a regular job that covers all those expenses. So if you're not buying our music, you're just basically stealing it or trading it. you know, I
So
can't complain. I look at it as advertising.
So is
Free
Wicked Man
advertising.
the song we're going to hear about someone in particular? Can you set that up for us?
Wicked Man was one of these songs. It's an open tuning, and it was one of these songs that I really liked the feel of it, and it was different from regular songs. And I have my own version that is online where I'm playing it solo by myself on my guitar. I don't play it on guitar that often because I have to detune and it's a pain. But I wanted to mention in Soul Patch, I have a couple of guys that are Santa Clarita guys. There's Dave Sanders, he's the bass player and vocalist, and Ned Gray, who's the drummer, and these guys have locked together out here in Santa Clarita for years. And John Holt is my music director in all my projects because he's like a young 32-year-old, 33-year-old big Swede guy. He was born in Sweden, and I asked him, I said, do you know how to play like Yngwie Malmsteen? He says, you don't leave the country unless you can play Yngwie.
That's right. Yngwie Malmsteen, a prolific, young, virtuosic electric lead guitarist that was very popular back by mid and late 80s.
Yeah.
Just in case, for the uninformed out there.
Yeah, Yngwie's still Yngwie.
That's right.
But there's guys coming up, you know, that are 8 and 10 years old that are smoking him, and, you know, and he's still got that ego thing working for him, which is really good. Love you, Yngwie. But John Holt is one of these consummate players. He actually wrote the advanced curricular for guitar for the Los Angeles Music Academy.
Wow.
And
Nice.
also Pasadena College that he had actually taught at off and on. And it's still an off and on type of thing. But he's one of these guys that when he goes out for contests, he wins them. He plays phenomenal guitar, and and you know who John Williams is?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The composer. That's his mentor for writing music. He's
Wow.
not a lyricist or a vocalist, but he'll sit down and he'll write movie music all day long.
So we're going to hear him on Wicked Man?
We're going to hear, everything you hear on Wicked Man is him except
Okay.
for my voice.
Okay,
And here
then.
we go, John Kay, Wicked Man on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. That was outstanding.
Love this song.
John Kay. Now, is that Soul Patch or Overlords?
That's
Or
the
John
Overlords.
Kay? Okay. Want to make sure I get them straight. But that has like a real classic feel, but like a timeless classic feel, which
Yes.
is really that straight up rock and roll ballad aspect and really, really good production.
Well, yeah, that's John Holt production. The guy's amazing. This is off of an album that we're releasing it next month called Terminal Heat. And it's John Kay and the Overlords. And this is a culmination of songs that I've written over the years that I finally got the right producer to work with. And I've held on to these songs through many album projects. And so if it sounds classic, it's because it's from that era.
But it's still, I mean, it could still be
Oh, it's
released
fresh and
today.
wonderful.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, just that kind of style. But and what I mean is, it sounds like it wasn't recorded on, digitally or using any type of sampling or any type of corrections or anything. And that's what I really love about that is that kind of really awesome, well produced,
A little muddy water feel to it. Nice.
I loved it. So you have you brought your guitar with us. Is there something you're going to perform for us?
I would
Gloria?
love that. I was telling John before he came in that it's nice to have someone do something here in the studio with us. So can we talk you into that?
I want to tell you about this. Since I have John Holt as a guitar player, which is all aspect utility guitar player, I try not to pick up the guitar as much as possible.
Oh.
When I first heard him, I wanted to throw my guitar away.
Oh, yes. But I had asked John if he would so kindly do something for us live because there is something so warm and wonderful about having someone in the studio.
How is this picking up?
It's picking up pretty good. It's actually not bad, so I would.
Leave it alone.
No, that's. I'd probably maybe angle that. Yeah, that's probably good about right there. Sounds good.
So this song is called "I Live for Your Fire." I wrote it for my wife. We just had our 1-year anniversary yesterday.
Happy anniversary,
Oh, thank
What's
you.
her name?
Her name is Yuko
Yuko.
Nakamura K.
Ah,
Yeah, she's the most awesome woman I've ever known, except for the woman who gave me 4 children and the first wife. They were pretty awesome too. I can't throw myself under the bus, can I?
completely. No.
This song is called "I Live for Your Fire," and it came about as a tribute to the woman I love. And you know, anybody out there who is about to get married can use it freely. It's not a problem. It's on the internet. I live for your fire. If you need someone to hold you, you know I always will. Until the end of time, when all the world stands still, I'll hold you in my arms, keep you safe and warm, cherish you forever, never do you wrong. If you want for me to love you, you know I always will. Until the end of time, when all of time stands still, I'll hold you with my heart, never let you go, give you love forever, just to let you know that I live for your fire. You're burning in my veins, your love drives me insane. For you, I live for your fire. I'm losing no control. Your love is all I need to know. When your back's against the wall and there's nowhere left to crawl, baby, I'll be there beside you. When your world comes falling in and you know what place to turn, baby, I'll be there to turn to, 'cause I live for your love. I live for your fire. I live for your life. You are the one, you're my desire. I live for your fire. I live for your love. I live for your fire. Your love lifts me up. I live for your life. I live for your love. I live for your fire.
Outstanding.
Very lovely. Very,
John
very
King.
lovely.
Live in studio. As we get the studio back in shape. That was outstanding. So, you know,
Thank you.
don't sell yourself short on your guitar chops,
Ever.
but this is, and seeing your energy, I mean, that's definitely a lifelong performer there, and just the heart and soul of what you do, I think is outstanding.
So, and we get an opportunity to see you May 7th, is that correct?
May 7th, yes. We're doing the first annual, this is kind of strange, the first annual Knights of Columbus Poker Run. This is it starts in Canoga Park, and there's 5 stops. For those who don't know what a poker run is, this is an unusual thing. I'm a Catholic. I was raised by the nuns of the Whips and Chains, and it's one of these things where I went to my Grand Knight. I'm a 3rd degree knight, and I said to my Grand Knight, why don't you guys have a poker run and hire my band? And he said, what's a poker run? So I explained to him, a poker run is bikes, they sign up, they register, they get a sheet with poker cards on it and spaces for poker cards where they can mark, and then they go from spot to spot to spot and pick up a poker card. And each poker card is marked on their form, and at the end of the run, which is going to be in Calabasas at the Sagebrush Cantina, we're going to have a after party, but also we're going to announce the grand winner with whoever
had the best hand.
Exactly.
I used to run the Armadillo Ride for Autism here in the Santa Clarita Valley for Autism Los Angeles. And poker runs, if you've never done it, it's some of the most fun you will ever have. It's typically a great route. And then the idea that when you get to the end of it, it's usually a very fun time. And the idea that your band will be there to perform for everyone, the whole event is a super, super day.
Yeah, that will be the Overlords. The Overlords are John Holt on guitar, amazing player. They're all amazing players. Harlan Spector is on keyboards. We have Todd Burr on drums and Tim Luce on bass.
So a couple of Santa Clarita names in there.
No, not in that one.
Tom
that's,
Luce? I thought. Oh, I thought.
Tom Luce, I don't know where he lives.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought he was here.
The other thing is most of them are traveling musicians.
Right.
So,
Everywhere is home.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, yours is Santa Clarita.
Oh, yeah.
So where can we find your music to hear and purchase?
And follow.
TheOverlords.com.
TheOverlords.com.
That's one. SoulPatchLTD.com.
And please buy and support artists by buying the music and downloading it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
listen to it.
please.
Yeah, it's true, because otherwise there's no money to make the music. You can have schlock, but if you want the best, you have to help.
Yeah, it's a passion that we love, and we'd hate to have love lost for the music business. And a lot of people actually bail. They do, because it's like they make more money doing this other thing to support their families and everything. And I still have a day job. I give away government money. That's my job. I work with a company called Clarita Consultants, and what we do is we talk to people about safety assessments and energy evaluations. And I do that when I want to do that. I don't do it during the rain, because I just don't want to go, to anybody's house wet. But
It worked out perfectly then today.
Yeah, I'm glad we got a chance to see you, or we'd have been a phone-in.
well, that's the beauty of that job too, is that I can come and go as I need to. And the music business, I do want to put this name out. Her name is Barb Bailey, and she has Barb Bailey Entertainment. She's from Chicago, where I'm originally from, and my PR people, who was Allison Jane, sent me a video of her being interviewed in Las Vegas by Ninon with a show called Vegas Live with Ninon. And funny thing is I know Ninon from L.A. I'm the one who drove her into Las Vegas when she made the move, so she could take her car.
Well, there you go.
And so here she's showing me this picture, this video, and interview with Barb Bailey. And so Barb Bailey and I have been going back and forth, and she has agreed to book my bands. And she looks like Tuesday Wells. She's stunning. I mean, the woman is just awesome and very articulate, and that's what I need, is somebody who's a mouthpiece for the band, because it's kind of like they think that they can get it over on the band guys if the band guy goes, well, I want $1,500 for 2 sets, and they're like, yeah, but everybody plays for free. And I was like, well, some people know what they're worth.
Well, thanks, John. John, overlords.com?
TheOverlords.com.
Soulpatch Ltd.
Soulpatch Ltd. Yeah, you can hear samples on both of those. And I also do an R&B thing.
Okay.
Which I won Best R&B Soul Artist of the 6th Annual South Bay Music Awards.
We'll have to have you back.
California.
We'll have to have you back to talk about that, because I'm afraid we are out of time. John Kay, thanks so much for stopping by. A fascinating life of music. I really appreciate it, and the music's great too. And good luck at your upcoming shows.
Thank you so much, George. I really like your haircut.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're twins. Twinning.
This is the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I'll tell you why. Oh, welcome back to the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I can't be a vegetarian because I don't like vegetables.
I know, and
I like raw celery, raw carrots, and I can tolerate like a green salad, but don't put any weird stuff in it, and don't try to tell me that, oh, you would like Brussels sprouts if you ate my Brussels sprouts. I don't care if they're deep fried in chocolate sauce. It's not going to happen.
Now, during the break, I mentioned to George that I went to a restaurant and was all vegetarian last night, and today I could probably tear the head off a person if they had olive oil near them.
But you can have tofu. I don't know. Hey, not putting anything down about tofu. I'm sure it's
vegetables
delicious.
are entertaining, George. Even though it's a Friday matinee, vegetables are entertaining. We do want to cover, if you've got an opportunity, there are a couple things in the Valley entertainment-wise.
Santa Clarita-wise.
Yes, Santa Clarita-wise. For example, if you have not yet gone on and checked, there's Canyon Theater Guild has a couple shows. George, you know but just about everybody in them.
Well, there's CSI Wonderland, which is, of course, a spoof on 2 shows. The CSI Detective Series is very popular, and Alice in Wonderland, written by a local playwright Wade Bradford. Wade is not just like some local guy that managed to get his stuff produced
he's
here.
a phenomenal
he is an
writer.
Internationally published playwright.
Plays done all over the world.
Kazakhstan or someplace who's one of those. Ukraine.
Every time I turn around, he's somewhere. And the other thing is, coming up Sunday, April 17th, College of the Canyons, the Performing Arts Center, is having a really fun night. It's dinner and a show, which who doesn't love dinner and a show, George, with country legend John Michael Montgomery. This is a night of cocktails, a full barbecue, a meet and greet, which starts at 5. And please, for tickets, visit canyons.edu before they are not there. The meet and greets are fun over at College of the Canyons.
I shot a few of those. I was thinking, is that the guy who sang Wildfire? But that was Michael Martin Murphy, as I got it. So it's not the guy.
My son told me the other day, I didn't know that I said something about James Taylor. We're all big James Taylor fan in our house. And he said something about Livingston Taylor's his brother. It's like, no, you're making that up.
I don't know who Livingston Taylor is.
Yes, you do. If you look him up, that's his brother. And I thought, well, there are things about music I don't know.
So if you don't know who Livingston Taylor is, we're going to tell you to look it up too.
Yeah, Google it.
So also really quickly, coming back to Canyon Theater Guild, we forgot about Happy Days, the new musical.
Yes.
Which is a musical takeoff on the 1950s popular TV show about
the 1970s show about the 1950s.
Exactly. Oh, look at us. We're like totally in sync. So that's going on. That's mostly evenings, Saturdays and Sundays, or Fridays and Saturdays.
And it's a family
CSI.
show.
And sometimes they switch around now and do some matinees of one. So you want to check out the website.
Go to the theater.
Theater.org.
Theatre.
Thank you very much. That is important.
So, yes, you want to go and check out their schedule. And again, every seat in the house is phenomenal. The talent that shows up on that stage is just magical. So, canyontheater.org.
Indeed. Your show comes up 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll be here at 3.
Back in.
And the other T in-house, the in-house T, Tori, will be coming in and sitting in and doing. We'll be trading off a little bit. Oh,
Okay.
you're giving me the George eyebrow, the George consternation eyebrow. What is happening?
Is that a stage name?
We're going to talk about that, when we're...
Okay. All right. We have 20 seconds to kill, T. All right, Canyon High School's marching band, the Gold Star Brigade, will host its first ever jazz
which will be
festival,
annual.
April 22nd at 2 p.m. Festival also welcomes special guest, the UCLA Jazz Orchestra. For information, visit goldstarbrigade.com. This has been the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.